Nice jump, Alistair.
Straga just resubbed for 93 months. Good afternoon. It's been a while.
What's up? It's been a willy. We'll have to remember that.
Nice jump, Alistair.
Reduce-basso Sanity just resubbed for 19 months. Hey, King of the Castle happening at some point?
Yes. Once we've got a decent number of nobles ready to noble it up. What a bounce.
Nice jump, Alistair.
Ishibo just resubbed for 1 month.
He's got claw on all his linemen. Have to deal with that. Lamau? His troll? Sorry, that's the Minotaur. That's interesting. King of the Castle was great, eh? I mean, they are. I think, yeah, they are definitely the more reliable end of the spectrum of big guys. I mean, it's the whole point of the team is he really going to use all his rerolls like this?
Nice jump, Alistair.
Loliten just resubbed for 14 months, e Semork.
I mean, the tail alone is worth it on the Rat Ogre, I think. Same as it is on the Beast of Nurgle. Like, he's mobile. Look, he's got 6 moves, man. The Frenzy can get you in trouble, but you just got to be careful how you use it. Oh, he's going to clobber a teammate. That's a turnover, baby. Oh, I thought it was a turnover. Apparently not. God, he's used all his rerolls. No wonder he has 5 of them. Fuck me. Yeah, you can get Blood Bowl for Tuppence Halfpenny. Blam! Yeah, I think if you're brand new to Blood Bowl, you may as well pick it up for $2.25. And if you're on the fence about buying this, which I understand. I mean, yeah, the Rat Ogre does only have armor 9. However, it's not often you'll be up against a guy with strength 6 who can block you 1-to-1. Do you know what I mean? Because normally you're up against an equal. You're on equal footing. You're up against another strength 4 guy. The changes between 2 and 4, 3, you mean? Yeah, sorry, 3. I mean, 3 is less stable. It has the new rule set. That's it, really. Yeah, that's just the overlay. It'll be on. It's only a little crown in the top left. It's not that bad, is it? Here, if you want, we can do this. I'll go over here to distract you. This lad is nuts. Get him, Morg! Honestly, he played awfully. My man played awfully. God, we're just 1 point away from a level up on a couple of lads. I still don't understand why someone concedes and all you get is 1 MVP. It's actually worse when they concede. I don't get the chance to score touchdowns. I don't get the chance to to punch people. Did they iron out the bugs? Well, James, you know, they claimed they had. They put a patch out on, I want to say Friday. Maybe it was Thursday. Either way, they put a patch out, and they were like, we have fixed all the bugs. And then the game immediately crashed on me. So, you know, some of them apparently, but I don't. No, I don't think they've really fixed it. They're not very good. They're just not very good. What are we up against? Blackhawks. Nightmare. Jeez. Jeez. A level 7 gobbo. I don't think it was unplayable at launch. I think that's... I mean, I played it for a week. Over a week. And then they patched it. And it was annoying, but I put a decent number of games in. I mean, it was not great, the launch. It was really... And that's a level 6 troll as well. Good Lord almighty. I mean, I certainly do think it got review bombed, and I think... probably a little unfairly, but you don't get any points for fouls, so, or unless they've changed it. I mean, here's a thing that doesn't work: the formations never seem to work. Do I have to save that and that'll work? We're gonna get fucking destroyed here. Well done, lad. We're starting another playthrough of King of the Hill. Oh, King of the Castle, sorry. And this one will not involve Ragnarok. The Northmen will not feature. Oh, he ate him. He tried to. All right, so he tried to eat his teammate, but his teammate then successfully escaped. Sorry, what am I re-rolling here? What? Did I not get to use Pro there? When am I allowed to use Pro? Never, apparently. I failed the animosity check. Then I failed the catch. I rolled a 1, a 2, a 1, and a 3. I didn't use Pro on the first reroll, did I? Because I... Well, GG. It's only when they're activated. During his activation. How's he not active? He's catching a ball. Are we still live? Let's play something else. That is the second time in 2 days that it's done that. That it's just crashed. Like, to desktop. So, pretty bad. It's actually worse after the patch. Any game makers in chat, please don't default to max volume. Please. Right. For anyone that hasn't played this, here's the deal. You guys are nobles in my court. I'm the king. Okay? You could hold on, don't try to hold on. Let's wait until the game has started before we type the join stuff. Don't everybody else type it, please. Just wait. You'll get the chance to join. You can join at any time. You don't just have to join in the opening screen. You can join throughout the game. We're going to start a new dynasty. I'm coming back. Hail! Alright, choose 3 regions. We're gonna go for, since they were shit last time, we're gonna go for the Counts of the East, the Grandees of the South. I'm gonna go for the Barons again. There. No more fucking Ragnarok. Alright, join, my friends! Exclamation mark join. And he, she, with A, and you're in. You will get the chance to vote. Your team has an agenda that you have to try and achieve. There is an extension on Twitch. You might need to refresh it if you haven't got it up already. It's a little crown just under my camera there on the left. It'll show you, I think, I don't know what it shows you, maybe how much money you've got or whatever. Alright. We're away. My coronation! Alright, nobles. Decide how I shall be crowned. Yes, of course. I shall be thrown in the river, as is tradition at this point. The river it is! Now you're the king, your first duty is to meet with the Council of Nobles. Count of the East. Count Jajarl. Grandees of the South. Grandee Zorl. And the Barons of the March. Baron Abusos. And with that, the introductions are done. The path to victory. Trade. We're gonna go trade this time. I haven't tried that. Alright, you devils, let's see what you've come up with. My fellow counts, in ancient times, the East was its own proud kingdom. We can back those days of glory. They're vampires. But not while the false king PFlax wears the crown. Alright, counts of the East, choose your plot. All I'm saying is, you guys pushed for Ragnarok as fast as you could. Just made the realm weak. Wasn't much we could do about it. Ascension. You have to lower your faith. The counts plan to induct the king into their secret cult and offer him immortality in exchange for the throne. First, they must reduce the power of the Eastern Church. To advance this scheme, the counts must lower their faith to 4 or less in 3 seasons. Job done. A false pretender occupies the throne, while my claim is ignored. Grandees of the South, this is a stain on our honour. We must not allow it to go unanswered. Choose your poison, Grandees of the South.
Nice jump, Alistair.
Take a little time, just resubbed for 4 months.
Grazie. Benissimo. You must be the region with the highest faith in 3 seasons. Mission accomplished. When have the Barons of the March backed down from a fight? Never! I know you'll do whatever it takes to put me, your rightful monarch, on the throne. There you go. You've all achieved your goals. Well done. The Honor Guard. The Nuns from the Sisterhood of Steel. I'm going to go for the Battle Nuns, thank you. The Battle Nuns. Your Highness, my peasants accuse me of hoarding wealth. Me, Modus Trollans, 69. Worse, they're throwing down their tools and burning their belongings, saying they want to live an ascetic life and that I should do the same. They want to have more exercise? No, not athletic, ascetic. They don't want to be pinned down by worldly possessions, but burning them is quite the overreaction. The ringleader of this movement is a philosopher called Ortega. She calls herself a voice for the ninth god, and the peasants hang on her every word. They'll be at my door any moment. Well, blimey. I'm vetoing B. You guys can pick the other one. The barons welcome the extra cash for the use of their peasants. Their defiance has gone down, some barons in the march got wealthier, and some grandees' wealth has decreased. But meanwhile, more and more southern servants discard their possessions to follow Ortega's teachings. An untimely death. Count Lloyd Jones has died! And I know who did it. It was Grandi Olopi by Xenia's ashes. Don't let them deny it. I won't deny that I killed the venerable Count Lloyd Jones. But I was no murderer. Lloyd Jones agreed to an honourable duel, which I won. Blood and stars, it was no duel. It was a cold-blooded killing. What reason would my parent possibly have to duel you in the first place? That's Count Lloyd Jones II. The reason for any duel is between the challenger and the challengee. A private matter not fit for this council. Well, team. It's up to you guys, but, a duel is a duel, as far as I'm concerned. It's up to you lot. Gotta say, Lloyd, I think it's quite interesting the number of purple that voted against purple's interests. And they've helped to carry the vote. Well done, you 6 purple voters. 7 of you now. Oh, now you're aggrieved. The auction begins. Purchase what you will. Purple wants to keep their faith low. Grandies might want to build a cathedral to raise their faith. Farming could go up if you build an aqueduct. Strong farming is always good. The Barons sitting on their money. An observatory, which has lowered faith, and a theatre, which has lowered my authority. Very annoying. Finding a spouse. Let's get that wife. I'm gonna finally bloody meet someone, I swear to God. Women, please. Bring me a luscious lady. An old debt. What's this? Count that guy Cameron is owed money. Calm down, both of you. This pimple-headed lackwit expects me to pay him a huge quantity of gold just because his great-great-grandfather beat my great-great-grandfather in a foot race. A debt owed is a debt owed, is it not? Your Grace, I only recently discovered this debt while combing through my ancestor's journal. Honor dictates that Grandee Jimmy Space is liable for his ancestor's debt. Upon my honor, this is ludicrous. I demand we put this to a vote. It's up to you lot. Two centuries of interest. This isn't going to make the grandees of the South very happy. Ninth, preserve us. 2 centuries of interest, I'll go bankrupt. Grandee Jimmy Space's wealth is down by 1,000. And count that guy Cameron's wealth is now up to 2,000. I'll get you back for this, you little snake. Unlucky, Jimmy. Won't be a sec, sorry. The cult spreads. Baron Prophet of Screwfix. There's a problem with the followers of that southerner Ortega. Her teachings have spread to the march. Worse, she's getting stronger. Cure and blindness, the whole thing. The common folk are throwing away their goods and cursing the barons for their greed. They're clashing with priests, even starting brawls in the streets. Every day we lose more workers to this cult. Well, blimey. We're not going to have her assassinate. I can't afford it. Crack on, the rest of you. Oh, it's close. Come on, 40% roll. Let's go. Go. Oh, it's gonna be the bloody... It's the gunpowder plot again. For the next stage of the Baron scheme, they must raise their trade to 5 or more. Well, that's done. Who's got the... I'm going to tax the Barons. We can afford a little bit of defiance there. Eligible options. Let's get me a wife. Yes. Yes, I know. Alright, let's have a look at them. Nymphadora, the eldest daughter of the Eastern Errant String dynasty. She's a good-looking one, eh? And not a bad word is said about her. Everyone likes her. Nymphadora. Hell yeah. She's an intriguing candidate. Zaremia, the eldest daughter of the Kanchev lineage. Prone to depressive episodes, apparently, but she means well. Nope. Henrika, scion of the prestigious Hawkshead bloodline. A timid woman, not the kind that does well in the march, bless her. Perhaps the palace will suit her better. She can always be found at a card table, drunk as a skunk. No. I've made my decision. Nymphadora, thank you. Grandy Olopi has been murdered in their own home. I think you'll find, noble Grandy, that Olopi met their unfortunate end in a duel. Comes with the territory, I suppose. That's Count Lloyd Jones II. A duel? There was a knife in their back. Indeed, my opponent facing away was a peculiar strategy. Do something, your majesty. This is clearly Count Lloyd Jones II's unlawful vengeance for their parent. Alright, Purple. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. I would like you guys to vote duels are unsafe and must be banned. I'm going to veto A in exchange for this. Do me a favour. C, please. No more fucking duels. We're going to put an end to this. So that's how it is. Okay. Shut your pie hole, or I might challenge you to an unexpected duel late at night in your bedchambers. Perhaps this is for the best. Murder among nobles was always lightly encouraged, but hidden and unregulated. Now it's legal. Well, you've all doomed yourselves. Just saying. Any of you that like your fortune, good luck. Dreadful tidings, your holiness. It's a disaster. Ortega's followers are in a frenzy. They stormed my manor and took it over. I barely escaped. They say Ortega's bringing the sick there to be healed by her powers. If she doesn't burn the place down first, Grandy Modest Trolland's wealth is now 0. I think we've got to go for have Ortega assassinated here, people. I'll pay the 1,000. We've got to get rid of her. She's going to fuck things up. Just because she's in the march now, she'll be in your town soon, fucking things up. You could be next. Another priest left my estate today. I am Count Tone McStone. He said there was no sense preaching to the truly lost. I've heard the same across the east. We are no longer trapped under the church's thumb. Now, we must not falter. If the king grows proud, we can offer him the ultimate reward, immortality. For the next stage of their scheme, the counts must raise authority to 5 or more in 4 seasons. You guys have to help me raise authority. In a picturesque castle overlooking the southern city of Mirona, 2 grandees lie back to enjoy the sun. Praise be! Whispers of our plan have reached the peasants, and they are in an uproar. They call for the sins of the king to be laid bare. Their faith is now devout. Everyone's saying the counts are trying to induct the king into an immortal cult of blood drinkers. What more could we ask for? We have the High Inquisitor on our side, but must also sow dissent among the other regions. We won't succeed alone. For the next stage, you must raise other regions' defiance to a combined total of 8, or ensure another region begins a rebellion in 3 seasons. They've already bloody done it. Oh no, you've got to raise the other regions to 8. Furious Followers, The Royal Wedding, and Tithe Trouble. Royal Wedding. It's one giant party. I do. Then I pronounce you king and wife. Excellent. Don't know her yet. Tithe Trouble. How dare they forget their duties to the church? The worst offender is Count Vibel. He hasn't paid his tithe in years. I want an example made of him. Very well. The counts should be exempt from paying tithes. Do you guys all want to pay a tithe? I'm going to veto D. I would prefer C. That way you guys don't lose your money. You each get 300 quid if you vote C. Most pleasing.
Nah, dickhead!
Coribus just gifted 10 subs.
Thank you. Furious Followers. Uh-oh. Your Majesty, that troublesome philosopher Ortega is gone, but her followers are marching on our estates demanding justice. It's the same in the march. They're making her into a martyr. We could make a faith roll. Go for it. It's almost a coin flip. Rising tempers. Baron Prickly Pear Puncher stumbles into your throne room in a frenzy, nursing a bloody nose. My liege, your queen consort is out of control, completely unhinged. Why, I think she's broken my nose. Apologies, Prickly Pear Puncher, but you were insulting my parents. I only spoke truth. Regardless, you were the one who escalated to violence. I demand recompense for my injury. Perhaps we should vote on it. I'm going to veto that one. You guys can vote on dismiss the complaint. Feel free. Treasury can't afford this. As you can see, this is a free and fair vote. A rogue golem in the marches, you say? Baron, take a little time. Was instructed to dig a trench, but evidently not told when to stop. It had dug a 16-mile furrow through the landscape and over the border by the time we stopped him. Please, my liege, this is our chance to figure out how this golem magic works. We can even turn it against Ashmead. Your Majesty, the barons would drown their own grandmothers to gain an advantage over Ashmead, or over the counts and grandees. Consider that. Golems are an offence to the ninth god, and they're dangerous. We should destroy it before it gets out of control. So, you can add it to the Marcher army, use it as a source of labour, take it apart and figure out its secrets, or destroy it. It's up to you lot. Red, you need to figure this out, because Yellow is going to want to raise their defiance. You guys should pick one. The other two should pick one. You guys have already split the vote. It's going to be very close. Oh! Take it apart and learn its secrets. Success! Excellent. My liege, this is an outrage. I demand justice. Sorry, Baron Ugly Caveman, what seems to be the problem? Last week, Grandee Cheddar and Pickle shook my hand as a supposed show of reconciliation and stole my family's lucky ring. By the ninth, nonsense! Rummage through your drawers and I'm sure you'll find the thing. Your Majesty, a feud has stood between our families for centuries. Cheddar and Pickle's ancestor called inquisitors on my ancestor for being a demon worshipper. That's because his ancestor was growing horns from his forehead. Enough. I know Cheddar and Pickle stole my priceless ring. It brings the march great luck and bounty, and my dear niece is to wear it when she marries. I mean, I would like to send the Chancellor south to investigate and we can sort this whole thing out honourably. I'm glad some purple are paying attention. There's a handful that are not. Arrest Grandee Cheddar and Pickle immediately. I'm sorry, Cheddar. No. No, I'm innocent, I tell you. Defiance is now treasonous. Come on, out you go. Well, this is trouble. Alright, begin your auction. Purchase what thou wilt. Remember, Counts, I think you want to raise authority. There is a nice grand bazaar ready to be purchased. That means more money in your pockets, Red. That's our authority raised for the counts. About your heir. I never ever get an heir. Grandy fence gens, his eyes alight with righteous fury. The ninth god has judged you unworthy. Pretender to the throne and the grandees of the south of Lishon, we will rise up and fight for Nazar, the true monarch. Formal declaration of war. The next time we see each other will be on the battlefield. See your head on a spike soon. What are our chances? They're formidable, but not undefeatable. I hope they don't persuade any other regions to join their rebellion. That would be disastrous. Well, the other regions are nicely, civil war. The kingdom is blackened by faithlessness and dishonor. The ninth god is weeping for what we've become, and whose fault is that? King PFlax, the mad tyrant. Shut up, shadowy Mr. Evans. I've done nothing wrong. Grandy Zorrel says, alas, you're right. We've no choice but to raise our banners. March on the capital and install a better ruler, someone like the noble Nazar. But first, we must work out our opening move. Pray to the ninth. Let him help us decide. We can launch a preemptive strike against the counts to cripple their military capabilities. If we suspect the barons may join our cause, we can call them to war. They'll be more likely to join us if the king's authority is low. Alright, it's your choice, Yellow. How are you going to go about this? The final tipping point was that fucking ring, by the way. You guys have to be more careful with how you vote. Because sometimes you're giving the other team what they want. So when their defiance is high, and you guys vote like, ha ha ha, ha 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 ha, let's kill him, ha ha, you give them the chance to rebel and win the game. Or win the round. So, silly of you sometimes. You vote against your interests. Yes, of course Yellow wants to rebel. It gives him a shot. Faith challenge succeeded. You've got the Archbishop on your side. Now Nazar, on the other hand, Faith is now zealous. Fortunately for the king, the power of the church has waned so much that the news of the Archbishop's stance is met with a collective shrug. Somewhere in a dark cellar, a nervous bear. Oh, this is the gunpowder plot again. Great God. Right, Red. How are you going to use your stuff? Your goal would be to raise stability, which would be easy because stability is low. Raising your military is quite hard. Stability pops up a lot as an option. Muskets and cannons. You're going to raise your military to 8. I've got to tax the counts. I'm sorry, but you guys have only 1 defiance, so you're getting taxed. Word from the march. Your Highness, sorry to disturb you, but do you remember how my guardian ugly caveman had Grandy, Cheddar, and Pickle in prison for stealing his ring? I do. Indeed. It wasn't Cheddar, Pickle, and Second that stole the ring. I wanted to marry his Narciso, but it had to be a secret because of our family's ancestral hatred. Narciso wants none of this terrible war. Please allow me to take a march or scouting party to rescue him. Your Majesty, is this really a priority? Please, I'm begging you, let us be together at last. So, I'm going to veto troops cannot be spared, so you guys can't raise your military anymore. Sorry. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, but you fuck with me, and I will veto shit. We're already at war, you idiots. Enjoy your life. Mustering an army. Along the southern border, countless swords flash in the blazing sun. Prayers fill the air. The Grandee's troops are gathering in vast numbers. By the grace of the Ninth, that's Grandee Mac T, we've assembled an army to strike fear into the heart of the false king. What next? Next we march, but not yet. First we must ensure we've called upon every resource at our disposal, and on that subject, you've got to bolster your army. How are you going to bolster your army? Praise the Ninth, the Holy Order of the Sunken Stars recognize the righteousness of our cause. We are blessed, we are blessed. Your military is now strong. The Holy Knights soon arrive in the southern camp, riding in gleaming armor atop towering steeds. They are few, but each is worth 20 ordinary soldiers. Feels good to have the strength of the Ninth on our side. A great battle! Vast armies darken the landscape like the shadows of clouds. Flags are flying, drums are pounding in rhythm with the march of boots. The kingdom is gripped with civil war. At least that's what you imagine. Most of your time is spent in the safety of your palace, poring over a giant map with your marshal. Your Majesty, the army of the south is advancing on the capital, led by that treacherous cur, Grandee Zorrel. I received word from the commander of our loyalist forces in the east. If they march now, they'll intercept the Grandees in a matter of days. Alternatively, they could join forces with the army of the march. It's risky, but together they have a higher chance of defeating the accursed Grandees. What are your orders, Majesty? The Counts of the Barons should join forces. Very well, I'll relay your orders to Count Zethos 21, the commander in the field. Hopefully they do as they're told. We have our orders, but should we follow them? If you don't, Orange will win! You can always trust the Counts. Your Majesty, as you ordered, the Counts have turned their army around to link up with the Barons. We can only hope this was the right decision. Have some confidence. Too late for doubts now. We will prevail. That's the spirit. I have a lot to take care of. Over the next few weeks, it becomes clear the Eastern Army's retreat has given the Grandees free rein to pillage and plunder the East. The rampaging southern troops descend on farms like locusts, taking everything to feed thousands of hungry soldiers. Meanwhile, shops, churches, and manors are plundered, and the stolen loot shipped back to the south. But while the East suffers, the Eastern forces successfully link up with the Barons. Now the joint army of the Counts and Barons rush to meet the Grandees in open warfare, and the winner will either end your reign or preserve it. Here we go. Come on! Two Counts of the East discuss their schemes against the crown. By the blood of the dead, the king must get a grip on the kingdom. We can't allow him to join our secret society of immortals when he can hardly keep the crown on his head. The Count's aim is to raise authority to at least 5. Monarch's golden choice. The final battle. Here we go. Come on, Red. You don't do this, you lose. And Orange wins. I shall not forget this, my barons. Ah! Marshal, report! We caught the Grandees by surprise as they were fording a river. Classic pincer movement. The barons attacked from one side, the counts from the other. Oh, get fucked. You should have seen it. The river ran red that day in utter slaughter. Huzzah! Unless something totally unexpected, at that moment a frantic soldier bursts in. Your Majesty, we've received word from our scouts. I don't quite know how to say this. Spit it out, damn you. The Grandees must have split their forces. The army we defeated was a diversion. They've got another regiment making its way through the Crown Lands. Prepare for a siege. Build up the capital's fortifications. Stockpile food. Train up a citizens' militia. But don't worry, this is a last-ditch ploy by a defeated enemy. We need to outlast the siege and the barons will come to our rescue. Damn right. Sickness spreads. What kind of sickness? What can we do about it? If we let the disease run its course, we'll have lost a lot of soldiers. We can't afford to lose, but I'm not sure how much we can do. Perhaps the council can see a way forward. We should send a doctor from Quail University. Or we could use my authority and make a 70% roll. We should dip into the treasury. We should dip into the treasury. Vote A. Vote A. Excellent. Garlic, wormwood, and spleen of goat. And leeches. Challenge succeeded! Excellent. Secret of the Golems. Heresy, says the High Inquisitor. I think the Monarch's golden choice is allow it without restriction. Everyone that votes for that, you get 500 quid. Red and purple, you should vote for C. It'll raise the military. We need military to defeat the Grandees. Orange isn't allowed to vote because they're open rebellion. That's it. You rebel, you lose your voice. You fools! Your faith is now heathen, but the military is up to 8. Truth and lies. Most pleasing, the king is drunk with power. We're so close. But should we really show the king the true secrets of our group? I thought that was the point, immortality and all that. Yes, but those secrets are meant to be secret. What if we pulled the wool over his eyes? You must now decide whether you plan a false immortality ritual that will kill me, or induct me into the real secret society of immortal blood drinkers. Come on! I want to be a blood drinker! If I'm going out, I want to go out like that. You must raise your farming to 7. Ah. You're poring over various maps and diagrams in the war room with the Marshal, just like most days really, ever since this accursed war started. The siege has been difficult, but they can't hold out much longer, Your Highness. Soon relief will arrive and the rebels' exhausted forces will be scattered to the winds. But then an unexpected burst gets into the chamber, shouting hysterically, Your Majesty, you'll want to see there's a letter from the March! Ah yes, the barons, at least they stayed loyal. The Chancellor thrusts a tattered envelope into your hand. You tear it open and start reading. We, the undersigned, declare that the monarchy and its council are not fit for purpose, being unable to guide and protect the kingdom from internal divisions and strife. As such, we hereby proclaim the creation of a new military government, which will take effect immediately across the land. Any resistance to this new order will be met with the full force of our armies. Arg! You throw the paper with the full force of your fury. It flutters lightly and floats to the ground. Perhaps we can use this to our advantage, Majesty. The barons haven't only declared war on us, but the entire kingdom. If we allow themselves to fight amongst each other, we might just come out on top. Fine. Yeah, let them fight each other then. It's not long before even the rebels themselves have sworn fealty to the Baron's new government. All you have left is the capital, and it's surrounded on all sides. We simply cannot compete with these weapons. What are your orders? We stand and fight to the last. Failed. I think not. Your reign is coming to an end. What the fuck? You're here to settle a debt. I trust this is satisfactory, Grandee. Yes, this will do nicely, my monarch. That's the last you ever see of the new monarch, Lindy, or your throne room. The Grandees haul you off to the south to answer for your past crimes. King PFlax the baby kicker. 2 years, 3 months. Alright, here we go. Monarch Lindy. You won because you achieved your 3 goals. This is what I'm saying. You guys aren't... You need to look at that panel on the left. And it'll say things like authority lower and trade up and things like that. And what you really should not do is let the other guys get all 3 of their things achieved. Because when they do that, they basically win the game. Look at this. You lads are in big trouble. Look at this military. You can't compete with that. Refresh. Refresh. If you can't join, refresh. Take your pick. Right, but we needed that military to try to stop Orange. I didn't think that at the exact same time they would fucking achieve all their goals. Orange that voted for that, congratulations. You're about to get dethroned. You guys are idiots. Orange is going to be sitting on the... Red is... Whoever this is on the throne now, whichever side that is, we are about to lose the game. Because when you have no money, it's game over. Barons, if you voted for that, congratulations. My goal is military, as it should be for the others, because you've got to try and compete with the barons. We've read this one before. You just have to pick this. You have to pick what your goal is. So your goal is to have the highest farming. Highest farming in 4 seasons. All this is that you have to pick what your initial win con is. Battling against purple, I like it. You've got to raise your farming to 5 or more in 4 seasons. Achieved. Congrats. I knew it. Few months in the luxury of the palace and Monarch Linda has gone soft. Don't we deserve a real baron on the throne? So now you pick what you want to do. Lower other people's military. You got to lower their military to a combined total of 10 or less in 4 seasons. Achieved. I do think some of these initial ones, if I had one criticism of the game, it is that it's too easy to lower these initial ones or to pick the one that is basically achieved already. And it doesn't take into account the existing state of things. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't look and say, oh, their military is 3, theirs is 2. We shouldn't let you set a goal that is already achieved. Right, but it does it... When I did New Game, everybody achieved their objective in round 1. Like, instantly. Bankruptcy looms. What do we do? Well, we can do the following things. The Royal Mint, that's a disaster. Sell off some of the royal jewellery. Take a hefty loan, or crack open some tombs. Tombs. Tombs, please. Little bit of defiance, that's fine. Honor guard. Who is on the throne is... so, the Barons won round 1. So, they are... I've made my decision. We're going for the Battle Nuns again. They were balling. Baroness Abussos. Now that everybody's unhappy because we chose the Southerners. Red won the last round, so they managed to stick their leader, Lind, or I think Lindy. Grandy, how high are you? What's a Hordling? Grubby little creatures like fat green babies with claws. Hard to kill. Fire is the only way to get rid of them permanently. Alright, let's assemble the council. We've got to get rid of these Hordlings. Do we burn the vineyard, which lowers trade, farming, and raises defiance? This would be of orange. So purple, you probably want to vote for A, because that would lower their farming, and that would be good for you. And that might affect their goal. I'm vetoing the treasury. Everybody that's not orange should vote A. Well done, Stanis. No, the vineyard is my livelihood. But a Hordling's infestation is no single person's problem. If they were to spread, they could ruin homes and businesses across the south. See? Mission accomplished there for purple. So you need to lower red's farming and raise your own, and then you've done it. And look, that's fucked the Grandees, so they no longer have this ticked. You got to look at this. This is like the whole game, really, this panel on the left. Alright. Have a look and think what you want to buy. Grandy should probably get E. Remember, you don't just have to vote for your ones. You can vote for other ones. So for example, lowering farming for red is what purple should be funding. Purple should be funding A. And red should be funding stadium to lower purple's military. Purple are just too fucking broke. We are vampires. Why did we not put our money in high interest account? We should be rich. Finest spouse. Alright, I need to get a fella. A mysterious ship. Count Limwick. A shipwreck has appeared on the edge of my estate. It's not even from the east. Its name is the Seraphina, and it bears a southern flag. That vessel went missing a few months back, says Grandy Mortification. We feared she was lost at sea. Well, she's been found on land, right on top of my favourite picnic spot. My peasants discovered only one survivor on board, a southern sailor. He claims to remember nothing of what happened. Ugh, my head's killing me. Has been ever since I woke up. What happened to you? I swear I didn't do anything. Last I remember we were sailing along southern waters, then nothing. This poor soul needs looking after. We must care for him in one of our monasteries. Nay, we must interrogate him further. I must know why this ship is on my land. Vote away. It's up to you lot. The Count's just lost a bunch of money. Those barons, those evil barons. Bah! Why must we foot the bill? The Adventurers Guild is always hungry for cash. They put together a ragtag band of their best explorers, led by a woman named Chania. We'll be back soon with news. Don't worry, we never fail. Cool. The Archbishop's request. Archbishop? The barons never treated their duties to the church with as much reverence as it deserves, but now the marchers have abandoned the ninth god altogether. Allow me to send some of my best missionaries to the march. It's for the good of the realm. I'll have to bring it to the council. Of course, your majesty. Alright, council. We're going to send missionaries to the march, or deny the request? It's your guys' choice. The march is currently religion-free. Close. Close. I'm taxing red. You guys are rich. Eligible options. Alistair, the eldest son of the Eastern Chancletus dynasty. According to the counts, he's a little naive, but that may just be compared to the utter ruthlessness of the Eastern courts. He had a laboratory installed in his castle and spends most of his time there conducting bizarre experiments. Got into trouble with the Inquisition a while ago, but it didn't come to anything. An intriguing candidate. I like his mustache. From the south, Alfonso, the eldest son of the Cozy Cat lineage. Prone to depressive episodes, but he means well. That's a no. Finally, we have the Marcher's offering. Lorenz, scion of the prestigious Geordie Wiz bloodline. Typical baron, really loud and brash and self-absorbed. Alright. I've made my decision. I'm going with Alistair. Nice, even amount of defiance. The adventurers return. What's the bad news? An endless labyrinth. Oh, shit. They couldn't reach the captain's cabin at the center, but Chani is willing to return if we give her better equipment. Nice jump, Alistair! Thank you. I would like us to just roll the dice. It's a 50-50. Let's flip that coin. Flip that coin. Challenge succeeded! Defiance is
Nice
now merely
jump, Alistair.
grumbling.
Dark Order 109 just resubbed for 1 month.
Missing spoons. Grazie. Your Majesty, I don't want to alarm you, but I've noticed something very peculiar. The spoons in the castle, they're disappearing. I've noticed that too. Maybe a harmless prank, but I have suspicions. Search the castle. Someone must be responsible. You find nothing. You forbid the cook from preparing liquid meals lest you're seen slurping from a bowl. That's a dip in my authority. That's annoying. I'm taking Royal Gamble, because I know how you guys are. Royal Wedding. This is what I'm talking about. I do. Bosh. I must admit I feel the same way. I'm glad to hear that. It must be difficult being monarch, constantly surrounded by liars, lickspittles and flatterers. I don't know how you stand it. I have to do my duty. By the blood of the dead I feel for you. I couldn't do it. After finishing the last of your wine, you head to your separate bedchambers. It seems your husband is happy to take his time getting to know you. Oh, I thought we were going to... Damn it. Trouble in the sewers. Your Majesty, there's a horde of hoardlings in the sewers beneath the capital. They're the ones who've been stealing our spoons. Not just the monarchs, but the whole city. We've got to get rid of these fucking hoardlings. Vote Royal Gamble. You'll get 500 quid if you do. A. Vote A. You get 500 quid. Yes, no, I'm aware of that, chat. This is how you get people to vote. You promise them 500 quid, and I get 500 quid. It works every time. But only
Nice
once.
jump, Alistair.
But I need the money.
Ugly Caveman just resubbed for 33 months. THX for the fan streams.
The Honor Guard marched dutifully into the stench-ridden tunnels, but it doesn't go well. Hours later, only one returns. At least the hoardlings are gone. I'm sure you'll find a new Honor Guard. Behind him, the last of your former bodyguards expires. Oh, shit. You guys are real stupid sometimes, and you assume I'm as thick as you are, which I find intriguing. Pyrion's an idiot! Or perhaps it's a ruse, a clever ruse. Count Limerick has his servants bringing a stretcher to the council hall. Chanior and adventurers return from the wreck of their Seraphina. Is this them? They've reached the hold of the shipwreck and found... this. The other nobles recoil in horror. It's a corpse that almost looks human, encrusted all over with ice crystals embedded into its flesh. Despite the heat of the lamps, they remain solid and glittering. We think this is once a wizard. Perhaps the source of the wreck's teleportation and associated memory problems. We must handle this carefully, Your Highness. We don't know what to do with the remains. Can a wizard's body be destroyed after all? Good heavens. Well, I am vetoing option A. Build a funeral pyre. That's a stability roll. Stow the body back on the wreck and keep a secret. Authority roll. Or you will get 300 quid if you vote D. And that's for real this time. Just bearing in mind, those of you who are broke, when you vote D, Richie Riches also get rich. This is like UBI. Everybody gets it. Ah, only the Count's got money from that. Ho ho! Ha ha! Uh-oh. Oh, the schemes against the monarch. Yep, your farming plan is really not working out. You've got to get the highest farming counts. peasants all over the south are flocking to you, Devi. I knew you could do it. Praise be to the ninth god. Praise be. But this is just the beginning. With him on our side, we will capture the minds of the common folk and lead a holy crusade against the false monarch. The people still need a push. With just the right amount of chaos, the peasants will take up arms and die for you. For the next stage, the grandees must lower stability to 4 or less in 2 seasons. Take note, everybody else. If this drops by even 1 point, because of something you voted for, we're in big trouble, and the fucking grandees are going to win. Military can't go any higher. Right, what now, Red? You guys have to raise stability to 5 or more, and you've already done it. Uh-oh. A new honor guard. What are my options? Oh, my other honor guard died. Tell me about the Eastern Knights. Oh, they mostly write poems. Alright, I've made my decision. The Veterans of the March, please. Requisitioning rare reagents. Ah, Lindy, I've come to ask a favor. I recently purchased a rare reagent for one of my alchemical studies. Oh, isn't this my husband? A small vial of Tyorn frankincense. Lamentably, it's been delayed. I was buying it from Grandee the Mossy. It'd be a great favor to me if you could chase it up on my behalf. I'll look into it. Most pleasing. Let me know how you fare. You summon Grandee the Mossy to my chambers. Greetings, Your Majesty. What can I do for you? I hear you have something for my husband. Alas, I can't give you the frankincense just yet. I was led to believe that it would be used in a holy ceremony, as is regularly down in the south. But recently I've heard disturbing rumors your husband wants to use it to conduct devilish rituals and experiments. Until I am convinced this isn't the case, I cannot hand anything over for fear of invoking the wrath of the ninth god. I promise it's only going to be used for holy rituals. Very well, I shall take you at your royal word. And now they're unhappy, but we've defaithed and it's pleased my husband, so be it. A city in flames. What caused this fire? A warehouse was storing lamp oil unsafely and in immense quantities. Ugh, well, I'm sorry to hear your city's gone up in flames. I was hoping the council might unlock some funds from the treasury so we could rebuild. Well, I'm going to put Royal Gamble on this one, so if you guys try to fuck me, I at least don't lose too much. Purple voting to stop red, I guess. Sorry. Let the auction begin. Sorry. Let the auction begin. My fellow counts, what the hell are you doing? Time's up. Farming went up. Oh, that's good for purple. Stability went up. That's good for red. Modernization. About your heir. And a troubling find. About your heir. Your marriage to Archer has grown strong and steady. Though it began as a political arrangement, it's blossomed into something like love. It's high time you thought about an heir. Congratulations. The royal wedding was a magnificent affair, but something's missing. You need an heir. A child of your own would do the trick. My husband and I will have a child together. Ah, the traditional method. No one will object to that. I'll arrange for you to take a month off from ruling so you can get down to business. You damn right. Modernization proposals. Your Highness, the Barons of the March plan to have the Council pursue a number of military reforms. For the good of the kingdom, they say, but the reforms are designed to consolidate martial control over our ranks. What can we do? The Barons are waiting for a period of stability that will allow them to pass the necessary amendments while everyone's guard is down. It looks as though the Barons will soon have the opportunity they need to put forth the military reforms, but things could change. You bring the revelations, which the Barons wholeheartedly deny to the Council. Alright. Orange will probably want to vote for A. We could delay the scheme, or just crack on. I personally think, if we accuse the Barons of treason, the problem is, that is going to help Red, and it is going to raise their defiance to the point where a rebellion is too easy. Sorry guys, but I'm going to have to veto that one. I don't want their defiance at 10. In your opinion, Drago, in your opinion, I shouldn't have vetoed it, but you're not the king, are you? If you want, stream it, be the king, and we'll see what you do. Digs deep into the laws to find any law that will stop us. The Barons will no doubt push past each obstacle with enough effort. The Council has at least bought you time. The Baron's start goal will not be evaluated until the end of next season. That gives you guys a chance to lower it. Troubling find. It's a quiet day at the castle. Council is not in session, and Alistair has gone to the market for ingredients to use in his latest experiment. You're idly rearranging your bookshelf, wondering if you'll ever get to read the old tomes from your predecessor's collection, when you come across something new. What's this? It's a dog-eared book, with no title and a broken spine. Extracting it from behind the others without it falling apart is tricky. When you open it, however, you're taken aback by what you find. This can't be found in my quarters. You recognize an old religious text, the very same that once spawned the cult of the Undivided, and is now considered their most important scripture. You stash it in the secret compartment of your wardrobe as wheels turn feverishly in your mind. Later that night, your husband Alistair returns. You act as if nothing is the matter, but you can't forget what you saw. I'm not going to bring it up. Let's work this out. Let's work this out. He sighs heavily, making sure the windows and doors are shut. I'm sorry, I should have told you. It's hard to talk about, but it's still what I believe. And believe me, this is tame compared to some of my things from my fellow counts are into. You can keep your beliefs, but be subtle about it. You know I'm not a good liar, Lindy, but I'll figure something out, I suppose. You don't speak any more of it that night. Indeed, you don't speak much of anything. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Our grain stores are looking good. Uh-oh. A tide of blood must swallow this kingdom in its wake. For the next stage of the scheme, the Counts must lower its ability to 4 or less in 2 seasons. My God! The peasants love Devi and believe the miracles, but they won't rise up to put her on the throne. Take heart, Grandy. We are on the threshold. The peasants need only a small push. The Grandies have to lower stability. Everybody's fighting over stability. I'm going to tax the barons, those rich devils. The Grand Diversion. I'm afraid I need your help, my monarch. The cult we discussed. The cult of the Undivided? I've disavowed it, but I still need to cover myself. The High Inquisitor is breathing down my neck. Breathing. I need to get rid of a few books, some diaries, several talismans. What can I do to help? I only need you to keep her away from the castle. Send her on a wild goose chase. I'll deal with the rest. Of course, I'll assemble the council. Which reason will I accuse of heresy to divert the High Inquisitor's attention? I'm afraid it's the East. Sorry, East. You guys are not pious anyway. I mean, I am right. Send Inquisitors to the East to investigate claims. This would lower stability, increase faith, and raise defiance. Or, don't send the Inquisitors, and it lowers my authority. I can't lower... If I lower my stability, that is playing into the hands of these other guys. Thing is, I know that if Red rebels, I think we're in big trouble. Alright. Royal Gamble. A. You guys should all vote A, because I know you want to lower it, and that way at least I get some moolah out of this. The counts do not approve. Alistair, it works for Alistair though. Hope I can repay you somehow. Give me a fucking baby, son. Give me a baby. Vanity Project. An armful of parchment from the chief architect. Don't you think it's time you left a lasting mark on this kingdom? I propose we carve your visage into the side of a mountain. Yeah, just make sure you get my good side. Of course. It's going to be incredibly flattering. You call a vote to discuss this outrageous plan. A mountainside carved in your likeness will surely get people talking, but it'll take time and a lot of gold. Oh, we're going to veto that. Alright. The nobles will fund it. Or do you guys want trade? It's up to you. You guys don't want my picture on the mountainside? Oh well. A taxing issue. Majesty, help us! Baron Gozamat of the March has been bleeding us dry, he has. Not literally, I hope. No! I'm making use of a common idiom, your majesty. Our taxes are 10 times higher than they've ever been. I can't afford to feed me cows. It's true, your majesty. Baron Gozamat has been taxing his peasants at least twice as much as the next highest noble. Been a hard year, your majesty. I've barely any gold in my vault. I'm just doing what I can to stay afloat. Well, let's see what the council makes of this. I would like you to have a royal tax collector take over tax duties in the March. I'm thinking you guys could take a little bit of money off the March. Who is voting in order to give money to Baron Gozamat that is not red? Incroyable! Goes them out in the dungeon. It's gonna be close. There you go. You can be aggrieved all you like. Money! Some barons lost some money. About time. Christ. Deep in the south. If our army was strong enough, we could take the palace by force. A crusade? That sounds promising, though I suggest we leave it up to the ninth god. Surely he will intervene on Devi's behalf. Alright, you guys can either raise your own faith or raise your own military and launch a holy war. The barons only have 5. You can't rebel until you get higher. You've got to raise your faith to 10. The barons have to raise stability to 5. New laws, eh? See, you're on the verge of, and they cannot start. Defiance is too low. It needs to be 6 or higher. Blasphemy! My agents suspect there's a reason behind the recent unrest. The counts are stirring up chaos to power some kind of dark ritual. What sort of ritual? We don't know yet. They've been too careful, but we must fight back against this sacrilege. I ordered kingdom-wide curfews to calm things down. Send inquisitors to uncover proof of this, or leave the counts to their petty business. Probably want to delay the scheme. If I veto the top one, I think everybody else should vote B and the counts will vote C. That'll buy us some time, and the rest of you. Start the vote! The barons have 10 military. So they would almost certainly win in a fight, right? I don't know how trade affects... I don't know what the trade victory condition is. I thought that that just meant money. A small army of inquisitors rifle through the count's estates and question the peasants. Several high-profile counts are captured and interrogated. It's harder for them to perform their rituals and make their preparations while they're trying to dodge the Inquisition's agents. The Count's efforts have been hampered. Their stat goal will not be evaluated until the end of next season. Powerful storm. A terrible storm has struck the south. Alas, many houses have been swept away in the floods and the roads are totally impassable. Oh gosh. Oh, a faith roll would be pretty good. But that might raise their faith. Send troops from the east to clear the roads is... Defiance goes up for some and down for others. Military goes down. Trade goes up. Farming goes up. Spare no expense in rebuilding what is lost. I'm going to pick that one with Royal Gamble. That will raise stability, which red wants. But it'll also not... I can't go broke. We cannot go broke. Spare no expense in rebuilding what was lost. Where is it? Blood money. Excuse me? Nothing is wrong. Absolutely nothing is wrong in the march. Really? Because you're looking at me like you swallowed a wasp. There's definitely not an old witch who lives at the border of my lands, and I definitely haven't been having money troubles. And most importantly, she didn't offer me a fortune in exchange for just a drop of my blood. An offer which I absolutely didn't accept. Baroness Aramina's wealth has increased. I'm confused. Ever since I didn't accept the witch's bargain, I haven't found myself obeying her every command. I definitely still rule over my estate, not her. Furthermore, she didn't forbid me from telling you any of this, and I'm not using negative statements to bypass her magic. We'll fetch the court physician. The magic stops affecting her so strongly after a week in an iron box. She talks about her ordeal. I always tolerated that bloody witch. She'd sell medicine to the peasants and help them find lost sheep. I never suspected she was capable of something like this. We need to call a vote. Send a regiment to take back my stolen lands. Oh, we'll just select A. It's 100% with a military of 10. Excellent. The witch is burned. Ha ha! But the fields are never again as bountiful as they were under the witch's reign. Uh-oh. The Barons of the March are said to be major contributors to this new model army, having volunteered their expertise and manpower. Meanwhile, in foreboding March of Fortress, the Barons are celebrating. Ha! I can hardly believe they went for it, says Milky Nuggets. This is all well and good, but we've not won yet. We must make our final preparations. March on the capital with the full strength of the new model army, or quietly force the monarch to abdicate. Well, that's that then. For our final march to the capital, we need a sizable home garrison to repel opportunistic attacks. You must keep their military at 10 for one full season. You guys know what you gotta do. Your heir. Holding a small child in your arms. Let it pass to my son. Oh, Your Highness, may I be the first to congratulate you on the birth of your son. What is his name? Lindy 2. Fantastic. I'm sure Lindy 2 will grow up to be a chip of the old block. Thank you, Baroness Rakayan. You've definitely not been plotting to overthrow me. Team, we gotta lower this. Dreadful tidings, Your Majesty. A meddling wizard has set up shop in Calavone. I believe it is Gordias, the Stone Talker. Tell me more. Wizards have managed to tame creation itself. They wield untold power and are naturally distrusted by the Church. Even the High Inquisitor wouldn't dare move against them openly. Gordias has dominion over rock and metal and stone and the deep places of Celestath. He's put out a call for new apprentices. Ah, this one. Okay. I, Rhinotastic, have also decided to apply. The competition will be fierce, but those peasants are no match. I will be the most powerful noble this council has ever seen. You, says Grandy Buffington, you couldn't put your clothes on if it wasn't for your servant's help. We can't let this go ahead. Let's assemble the council. Alright. Allow Count Rhinotastic to become Gordius as apprentice. Require he forfeits his noble title. Ooh, I like that one. Or forbid Rhinotastic from traveling to Calavone. We could take all of his money and get tons of treasury. B, 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 B. Thank you, loyal nobles. I shall not forget this. That is an acceptable compromise. He's now got no money, and off he goes. He's dead. And Rhinotastic 2 has joined. Rhinotastic 2 has joined the council. A mercantile complaint. Your Majesty, the richest merchants in the south have bribed the grandees to give them an exclusive charter. They now control all trade of perfumes and dyes, the south's most valuable goods. It's a monopoly, Your Majesty. They're scamming the public by fixing prices, pushing smaller traders like myself out of business. Something must be done. I don't want them to get trade 10. Make your choice. This is good for the counts either way. Pair of counts face each other in silence. A code word is exchanged. They speak of their latest schemes. What happened? The kingdom was meant to be a whirlpool of chaos by now. It's more like a whirlpool of smiles and hugs. No demon will come anywhere near it. Hello? Hello? You're very far away from the phone. Hello, how are you? Yes. Apologies.
You'll rue the day you turned your back on my father.
Will I? Will I? I won't live to rue the day. Red just sitting on their money. Well, that's that. And that is why we must ensure the taxes are collected in regular intervals. If we were to... Your Highness, I have urgent news. Okay. The new model army has deserted us. Not only have they marshalled without my orders, they refuse to stand down. I'm sure it's just a miscommunication. I don't share your optimism, my monarch. Without a military, we will struggle to hold on to power. If I may interject, this is almost certainly the work of the barons. If I were to offer any advice, it would be to seek a treaty soon. We made sure... New model army is... Can't you kill someone? The time for that is past. Then it's over. Negotiate a favourable surrender. Joined by Alistair in my bedchamber. I'm still in shock. I can hardly believe those bastards would betray you like that after everything you've done for this kingdom. I have been an excellent monarch. Pat you on the back awkwardly. A few minutes of silence passed. Despite everything, it's still hard to believe your reign might be about to end. If anything happens, you must look out for Lindy too. I will. Don't worry about that. Will you talk to them? They might let you live if you're willing to abdicate. Let's run away together. Why not? It'll be a long holiday. Shall we go to Kurt, Sal, Ashmead? You've hired a captain and left the kingdom before the week's end, striking out across the Ghost Sea to Elrusia. So you won't be a monarch for the rest of your life. At least you and Alistair will live a life together somewhere. You'd only hope the Baron's assassins never catch up to you. Bloody Barons. Now King Rudolph is in charge. One more run. You can join at any time. This is ridiculous. Your Majesty, you may have won the throne from Monarch Lindy, but you must still answer to the council. As is tradition, they will declare what happens. Hey, let's just get it over with. Well, I was a baron, so I kind of hoped that they, you know, wouldn't rebel, but the problem is when it's just when their goal is have a massive military and they have a military of 10, it's kind of hard, isn't it? Selfish barons. How do I want to be remembered?
Nice jump, Alistair.
Jimmy Spades just resubbed for 22 months. Good afternoon. I hope the dog is doing right.
The dog's fine. Alright. It's impossible to get an heir. It is so hard. That's the only time I've done it was that last run. Just remember our little arrangement. Glory to the march. Count Anita shot. Countess Anita shot. And Grandy Hoodlum's Wrath. There we go. I will just say, I was doing well as the king and helping the march, and they still rebelled, so... Right, counts. What's your goal? See the easy choice here. I taxed the march because they had the lowest defiance. And I thought that means they won't be able to rebel. But if they fulfill their 3 things, they just do it anyway, so... At the very least, it meant that... Because here's the problem. If their defiance gets to a certain
jump,
level...
Alistair.
Thank you.
Bionspy 7725 just resubbed for 17 months.
Thank you.
Aye.
So if the defiance gets to a certain level, they can just vote to rebel. And with a military of 10, we would have lost. So they wouldn't have needed to achieve their goals. They just need to have high defiance and a big military. So at the very least, I tried to tax them so that their defiance, which was low, would stay low, and everybody else's defiance was already getting too high. If these guys' rebellion gets too high, they could have done me with faith, because you can do that with the religious army as well, right? Reduce the power of the Eastern Church. Lower your faith to 4 in less than 3 seasons. Done. Now you have to decide what Azul's scheme is going to be. Goal, highest faith. It's right there for you. It must be the region with the highest faith in 3 seasons. And here we go. Lowest defiance. I mean, you're already there. Lower the other's military. Or gunpowder, which is lower my authority. Region with the lowest defiance in 2 seasons. Honor Guard. I've made my decision. Nuns. All I'm saying is every grandee claims to have a saint in their ancestry. Your great-great-grandfather was
Nice
probably a
jump,
common
Alistair.
dullard.
Rogan just resubbed for 16 months. Baron's smell. Counts rule.
Shut your mouth, you hedge-born puzzle-wit. I remember that. His name was Saint Umber, and he defeated the werewolf of Aranjar by turning it to dust in an instant, according to my grandmother. If you're so sure, how about a wager? A bag of gold says your ancestor was no saint. You're on, says Grandee Gatchers. Not another petty dispute. Baron He Who Hungers is spreading damnable lies about my great-great-grandfather. If you really think he was a saint, dig him up. Saints are incorruptible. Even after death, they don't decay. Very well. I request the council's permission to exhume my ancestor and prove this fool wrong. Alright, I'm going to leave this to you guys. You should be able to figure out what you should vote for.
Nice jump, Alistair!
Thank you. A faith challenge failed! Grandee Gatchers is horrified to discover nothing but a mouldering skeleton. Ha! Some saint! I think you owe me an apology. Egad, I was so sure. Faith dropped. Heavens. Itching for a fight. We in the March have finished a complete reorganization of our new army. It's truly a powerful beast. Yep, very nice. Moreover, I was hoping the Crown might be willing to host some military exercises. The soldiers are restless. Sort it out yourself, I'm not getting involved. I see how it is. Baroness Milky Nuggets leaves your throne with a stormy look on her face. Ha! Raising that defiance. Take that, you barons. Start the auction. I'm trying to keep your defiance, get your defiance up so that you don't achieve your first goal. Oh, your second goal, because the first one was fucking easy for you. And military doesn't look quite so impressive now. Still pretty impressive, but not quite as impressive. Spouse! A lady, please. Spot of heresy. Your Highness, I'm stunned, outraged, and incensed. I've been summoned to the trial by the Inquisition on some nonsense fabricated charge. They're claiming I'm part of a cult because of the peculiar design of my crest, and now I have exactly 10 people at every meal and the strange noises from hidden chambers. It's ridiculous. No one dares defend me on their own. They're too scared of the High Inquisitor. The trial is set, but the Council must intervene. We should remain silent. The Council is keenly aware of the High Inquisitor's steely gaze from across the chamber. I mean, let's just pray. Just, why don't you pray? So pious, why don't you just pray for a good outcome, eh? During the trial, Rogan crumbles and confesses to being a disciple of the 10th god. Shit. Rogan is dead. Sorry, Rogan. Rogan 2 has taken your place. The Abomination. What, Luke Carey? I have something to confess, a terrible mistake. I was desperate to prove my ancestor St. Umber was a saint, so I sought out a witch who lived in a giant snail shell in the desert. I paid her to summon my ancestor's spirit back into his old bones so I could ask him questions about his sainthood, but the ritual went wrong. Gatches, you've lost all your money. My ancestor rose as a living skeleton. He killed the witch and ran off into the night. You fool. Dark magic, necromancy, you burned at the stake for this abomination. I'm vetoing warning. I repent! I repent! I'll enjoy feeding you to the flames. The next day, a wailing Grandee Gatches is tied to a stake in the main square. The High Inquisitor takes great pleasure in setting a torch to the kindling. Grandee Gatches is dead. Oh, there's the skeleton. The dead saint preaches that the modern Grandees have fallen from grace. After all, they brought him back with necromancy. What more evidence does he need? His fanatical followers launch surprise raids on southern troops. Flaming arrows in the night, throats cut in the barracks, supply lines disrupted and trade caravans set alight. The Skeleton Saint, as he becomes known, will be a thorn in the Grandee side for many years to come. Take that, you Grandee dogs. Deep in the forest of the March, Baron's strumpet player has gone boar hunting with a few of his close friends. You said you had a surprise for me. Indeed, and here it is, behold. Your Highness, what are you doing here at such an hour? I'm sorry, I hope you didn't... Quit babbling, you blowhard. This isn't the king, it's a peasant who's the king's spitting image. Great God, and just in time. The spymaster trusts us so much she's not noticed we're fortifying the border. That means we can move to the next phase, kidnapping the king and putting this fool in his place. How do we manage that? We need the kingdom in utter chaos. Bad enough the king's abduction could slip past unnoticed. You have the lowest ability to 4 or less in 4 seasons. Taxing the bloody march again. Eligible options. Sashara, the eldest daughter of the Eastern Chancletus dynasty. Forgive this snooty expression, I'm sure that's caused by an errant brushstroke. A very pious young lady, she's always planning something. Accident by dragon lineage, famed for her wit, her style, and as you can see, her good looks. Bologna. Not bad. Typical Baroness, brash, self-absorbed. Oh, I've chosen. Gimme Bologna of the South. Hell yeah. Your Majesty, I bring bad news. We're receiving reports of... I'm sure your news can wait. I bring urgent tidings from the east that demand the king's attention. Grandee Rakudra says, wait your turn, you ignorant dolt. Shut up, shut up! The cities of the south are being consumed with riots on a weekly basis. Our citizens want to overthrow the king and elect a more competent ruler. Is that all? By the blood of the dead, the eastern courts are corrupt, your grace. Judges are letting off the vilest criminals in return for the slightest bit of coin. Worse news still. Order in the march has broken down, my liege. Some battalions have killed their own officers and begun roving the wilderness, acting like common bandits. The kingdom is unstable. Something must be done. Agreed. Make sure these issues are dealt with. Unfortunately, we lack the resources to tackle all these problems at once. We must vote on which matters to prioritize. I would like us...
Nice jump, Alistair.
Lux- Invictus just resubbed for 3 months. Found the salt
restore-
discussion in a VOD archive. It's
A
thought
would
that
be good.
humans generally like salt because it's good for our health in certain doses. This isn't something that can be easily confirmed, but it's similar to why sugar seems to be addictive to humans at one stage it was useful from an evolutionary standpoint.
Molto bene. Thanks to a helpful snitch, your marshal discovers the location of all the outlaw hideouts in the march. The deserters are subjected to swift public trials. Oh man, Defiance of the East is outraged, but that has raised our stability a little bit. Regional skirmishes. Grandee Ironbound. Your Highness, you simply must put the barons in their place. They've been sending their troops into my territory, occupying my villages and killing any soldiers who resist. It's provocation for war. These are baseless accusations, Your Majesty. We would never threaten the integrity of the kingdom like that. Didn't you ask me to start a war recently? Not exactly. I asked for suitable military training exercises. Regardless, we would never stoop to tactics such as these. I'm calling a vote. Majesty, my intel suggests the barons are most definitely lying. That said, reprimanding them is sure to enrage them further. I'm going... Order the barons to withdraw and fine them. That would be what I would like. You guys, everybody that votes for that, you guys get money, they lose money. It's a good idea. These lads, if you're voting to rebel and you're one of these two groups, you will get fucked, I think. By the military. We're gonna die. You must raise authority to 5 or more in 4 seasons. Job done. Raise other regions to finance to a combined total of 8. Oh, everybody's getting their bloody comeuppance here. Problems. Damn it. An untimely death. Baron Setver has been killed, murdered, and I know who did it. It was Grandee Huggable Cube by the 9th. Don't let them deny it. I won't deny that I killed the venerable Baron Setver, but it was no murder. It was an honorable duel. Bloody hell, it was no duel. It was a cold-blooded killing. Alright, well. Duel's a duel. Duel's a duel. Duel's a duel. That's what I always say. Anyone asks me about a duel, I always just say, well, duel's a duel. Duel's a duel. What are you gonna do? Huh? Duel's a duel. Duel's a duel. Duel's a duel. Oh my god, they're livid. infighting. Who are they fighting now? Each other. Great battles are erupting. They're always fighting. It's more serious than usual, Your Majesty. These aren't mere skirmishes. There have been raids, occupations, lots of innocent people have died. I cannot discern the reason for it. Perhaps they're simply looking for an excuse to go to war. Force the barons to cease their wars, or allow them to continue their infighting. I'm going to veto that. Go ahead and continue your infighting. It's war. This is going to lower stability, but someone's got to win. There's their military down to 6, though. The time has come. This kingdom has grown soft under the weak and effectual rule of King Rudolph. As usual, it's up to the barons to fix things. With violence. Aye, too right. Let's march to the capital, says Alfredo de Anal Torpedo. And kick some heads in. All in good time. But we're the barons of the march. Let's live up to this reputation. Let's be clever. But I want to kick some heads. You must think carefully about where to strike first. A preemptive strike against the grandees to cripple their military capabilities. If we suspect the counts may join our cause, we can call them to war. They'll be more likely to join us if the king's authority is low. We could also call upon the church to condemn the king. Or finally, you could send off an assassin to nip this in the bud. Your choice, team. A nice change would be if occasionally one viewer got the choice. Like it was their choice, you know what I mean? I'd like that. Grandees is gonna get fucked. Oh! Oh! The rebels gain a victory point. Down with the king. Oh dear. Oh dear. Baron Moogsies. The barons of the march are sick of your lies and tyranny. We'll give you a soft city-dwelling bastards a proper kicking. We'll be fighting for Bastian, the true king. It's a civil war. One day I will see your head on a spike. Bastard. It's a fight. It's a good old-fashioned fight. Keep them sweet. You must have noticed the counts aren't very happy. The rebels have a keen eye, and they'll take advantage of the situation. If the East joins the rebellion, we'll be in serious trouble. Ask the counts directly what they need. Very well. How long will this take? Each minute I spend away from my lands, I sense the barons approach. What's there to complain about? We're all working together, aren't we? I just hope we can all have a productive time. Alright. I would like, and you know what, Purple, this will help you guys out. Pay the counts extravagant amounts for their help. Or maybe we provide funds to help the eastern farmers, actually. That's the one. I'll lose some money, but I can't lose any more stability. I can't afford to lose any more stability. Good, good, good. All helpful stuff. Grandies, help me. Vote F. I need more trade. Don't let them build the fortress. Have you guys got no money, Yellow? Chuck it all on this bazaar. Look, there's no point in holding the money. You don't get to keep it. Come on, Purple. Look how much money you're sitting on. Chuck it in there. Don't let them build this. Don't let them build this. Oh, congrats on sitting on your money, Counts. You're going to lose. Damn it, Bologna. Here we go. Just fight him. You guys get to decide. Do you want to link up with the Counts? Hang back and let the rebels take it? Or send the Southern Army to fight the rebels? You have no military. Damn it! Well, let's hope it was the right decision. We will prevail. Congrats, your farming is now 0. Right, are you guys going to hire mercenaries, conscript a mass of peasant levies, or your existing army will be enough? Given that you have 7, you could afford to do A, because it'll lower your trade, which is 10. Deep in the south. The kingdom is burning as the barons march their troops across the country and the king struggles to put out the fires. A secret meeting is held. Deep in the south, in the back garden of a sun-bleached villa, a number of grandees crowd around a figure raising their arms in a toast. Here's to the future monarch Azul and the golden age on the horizon. It's already begun. Merchants and peasants alike now know we're the best option for a safe and bright future. May the night god strike down the false king for his wickedness. Soon the Inquisition will be complete and the Archbishop will crown our claimant. What should be done with the king? What are you going to do with me? Burn me at the stake? Or show mercy in exchange for abdication? So, the thing is, it's busted when purple and yellow don't work together. Like, the goal should be to stop red winning. So it should be me and you guys, 3v1. So whoever won last time shouldn't be able to breeze it, but everybody just plays for their own plots and doesn't necessarily try to stop the other guys. So your final stage, you must lower stability to 1 or less. Well, we're gonna have to tax you guys. Sorry. You don't need high military to do stuff. You just can't fight. Your Majesty, you are of course the greatest king of this century. Thank you. I speak only the truth as I see plain. This is Countess Cindypool. But in these troubled times, you will worry about the worst coming to pass. Death comes for us all, but what if it didn't have to? What if you could rule without fear of this accursed civil war? The king for all eternity. That sounds great. I think we may be of one mind, and I believe you're strong enough to take the opportunities I hold. I can arrange more meetings when we discuss this matter further. Countess Cindypool bows away and bows and slips away, leaving you with a great deal to think about. Vampire King. Vampire King. Unexpected opportunity. So they're sitting ducks, so their army's doing nothing. Precisely. We must strike. Don't be foolish, Marshal. Do you think our own troops are immune to the weather? We'll have the same problems. The barons are drawing all their water from the Tirana River. If we were to poison it upstream, their troops would suffer greatly. Dishonourable? Brilliant. Do it. If we herd all the cattle in the south and allow their effluents to flow freely, the water will be contaminated. It's hard to fight on an upset stomach. Ninth above, you are devious. Council approval? Alright, listen to me. Should absolutely poison it, but there's zero chance of it working. But we gotta do it anyway. We gotta try. Damn it, we must try. Unfortunately, they have zero farming. Maybe it still works somehow. Shit. Almost worked. Almost isn't good enough. Shit the bed. The final battle. Oh, well, it's over then. Okay, here we go. You must fight. We have zero chance of winning. The counts are thinking about the next game when they might actually have some military, I guess. The rebels gain a victory point. Instead of engaging the enemy, they just hang back. There's no way to stop them. All right. Here comes the counts. Got to raise authority to 5 counts. Oh. A ground-shaking discovery. The barons are digging tunnels under our walls. Flood the tunnels with water. Flood the tunnels with water. And if you vote for the same one I have, which is A, authority will go up, counts. Oh, that's raised our authority. Excellent.
Coribus just gifted 10 subs.
Oh, it's over. Thank you very much. Well, that's the walls gone. That's a rebel victory point. Give me the bad news. There's an outbreak of a rare disease. And the good news? We can use it against our enemies. Go on. Do it. Alright. We gotta vote for A. It's gotta be A. Catan, what are you doing? There's no Geneva. Geneva doesn't exist. Oh, that's affected their military. That's nice. Oh, my authority challenge failed. If defiance is above authority and stability... Well, here it goes. It's over. Is there any hope? Only one. Alright, we just have to hope that somehow... Oh, they've voted. Oh, here we go. Okay. Alright. Good evening, Your Majesty. I came for a chat. I'm concerned about your safety. There are a number of rumours circulating at the moment, all preposterous. But the common folk are easily swayed. Many think you're a monster, if not literally, then figuratively. Before you answer, the marshal bursts through the door. No time, Spymaster. There's a mob forming outside. I think it's about to turn violent. How violent? Very violent. Bellona nods curtly. This way, Your Majesties. Link up with the Loyalists and crush them alongside these peasant upstarts. Over there, it's the king! Oh, shit. Oh, no! Greetings, sinner. Oh, no! Reason. You're being used by the grandees. I must answer for my crimes. Run! Oh, the battle nuns close ranks. The Sisterhood of Steel have betrayed me. Right, well, let's fight. Alright, well, that's that then. Heretic, monster, and sinner. Whoa. Ah! Ah, the grandees won! $2 years. There you go, Red. Get fucked. Alright, I'll be back tonight. We'll be playing some more of this. I hope you guys can join me then. Until then, take it easy. Peace out.